Buenos días, buenas tardes. Bienvenidos nuevamente a Vértigo. Hoy vamos a estar con Katsuto Nomoco, que es su verdadero nombre en japonés. Perdón mi pronunciación del japonés, que debe ser malísima. Su nombre artístico es Nomoco. Ella es una ilustradora que actualmente vive en Londres y bueno, ya conocíamos su trabajo hace tiempo y hace poco tuvimos la posibilidad de conocernos personalmente y a raíz de eso fue que la invitamos a exponer aquí en Vértigo. Bueno, vamos a estar conversando un poco con ella ahora y espero que puedan darse la vuelta a ver su exposición.
Evita el exceso, la cosa es buscarle. Indio presenta. Este es el videocast del Dr. Alderete.
My name is Nomoco. I'm an illustrator and I'm from Japan. I'm living in London for past 12 years and yeah, I'm based in London at the moment. Well, when I finished my university in Japan, I went to art university in Japan and I traveled Europe when I was 20. Then I thought, oh, I really have to see other countries. I shouldn't be just staying in Japan, and I wanted to see a bit more of the world. So I decided to study in England. I never worked in Japan before I come to England. I think I have influence by coming to UK because I just believe everything you see around everyday life will influence me anyway. I think I have influenced by music as well because I started to play French horn when I was 8 years old and I trained until 18 quite seriously. Then after 19 to 23 I was playing French horn as quite fun, as a hobby. When I drawing, I always want to hear sound from the picture, even it's abstract or objective. When I see the picture, I want to hear the music or atmosphere behind it. And in fact, when I'm drawing, I always hear tiny kind of music. For people who came to this show, I hope people can see little story inside of the picture. Like I titled it as a small picture story. So I wish people can see individual illustration and find some little story or little world in a small picture. That's I want people to feel. This piece is called Bach Concerto D minor. And this is a kind of map of the music itself. Bach is the most I admire and very respect artist. So I just somehow wanted to make his piece of music onto paper. But also because it's so emotional, I just wanted to bring the color I see when I listen to the Concerto D minor into the piece. Because I think I'm used to reading music notation like a real logic one. I think you can see that convert into the other square, like the length of the square and the size of the square, thickness of the color. Yeah, if it's minor or sometimes it has a major chord and I change the color. It's a half logical. This piece is called Alphabet City. It's just, I really feel like when I'm go inside the paper, it's a little like jump into paper world, and I have a little world, quite huge world of pink alphabet cities. So I just really draw that onto the paper. I think people say it's like a Japanese because of such a tiny details, which I don't really feel in that way. But I'm sure because I'm Japanese, I born in Japan and living in Japan for 23 years, it just comes into the paper without very unconsciously, you know. I'm not trying to make it Japanese art or things like that. So it's very much like a very rhythmical. For me, the square is very rhythmical, and the cities it looks like in order, but it is very irregular. Each square have a different sizes, and the street is like rhythmical and musical. That's how I feel to do this piece. I made one animation called 1163 steps, and that was an animation I made kind of first time properly. It's a 4 minutes and 10-second animation, which is stop motion, stop frame motion animations. And I just wanted to make first I wanted to make journey of place I used to live. It's called Quarter, and to the station, Ball Road Station. I was walking every day to go to station, and I see like trees on the pavement, and I was walking every day to see the tree on the pavement, and those trees are quite small, like baby trees, and they still haven't grown fully, or it's cut on the pavement because the car will hit the branches. So I wanted to somehow express what if the trees grow, and what if when I'm walking towards the station, tree welcome me or interrupt me to start moving. It's yeah, but it was very hard for me to express that in paper. And because I wanted to try animation as well, I decided to make into the animation. And I make into the little simple tree journal, which I came out from the my apartment first, and the first step, second step, third step was, then I see on my right hand I see two trees and the one in left, and I make into the journal, and I simply added my emotional side of the branches moves. So I just added bit by bit of the branches. I added a little bit by bit, and interrupt with, oh, I saw the little bird nest, and it just bird comes, and it's just a quite simple journal, but moving instead of the still images. So I just added to make into the animation for yeah, whole journey. And because it was very cold winter and all the branches didn't have leaves, so I felt the sound of the old branches are very tiny, like a needle, like very thin and pointed. So I picked the sound of the, like a ding, ding, like that kind of sound, which I think is sounds of the branches. And I make into the music, and I just put it on top of the animation. Yeah, it's simple, quite simple. Yeah.
Bueno, espero que lo hayan disfrutado. Recuerden, la exposición va a estar aquí en Vértigo, abierto todos los días para que puedan pasar a verla. La verdad que su trabajo es increíble y hay que verlo muy de cerca. Hay que ver muchos pequeños detalles, entonces los invitamos a que vengan y recuerden que la cosa es buscarle.
Evita el exceso, la cosa es buscarle. Indio presentó. Este fue el videocast del Dr. Alderete.